I can imagine how much a woman must have loved that. She probably spent most of her days sewing. Tulip Time, Holland, Michigan, 1994. You know, if there wasn't a year, I would probably buy that. I love that mirror. If I had room for it, I would buy it. I'd make room for it. I just don't think that would fit in my car, would it?
Degrees and sunny, just the way I always wanted. 더 바랄 것도 없어. 지금 이대로면 좋아. 따스한 햇볕이 가득 담은 Sand River. The bluebirds peacefully sing along. 저기 Eiffel Tower shines from anywhere 아름다워. When I'm not with you, all these shiny seas don't mean a thing. 눈동자 비친 Avenue des Champs-Élysées. 그대와 같이 romantic.
Thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi today. I love it that you do that, and I know we're all kind of struggling right now, aren't we, to kind of get our balance with world events, but today we're going to try to have a little bit of fun. I had a good week as far as thrifting. I went to 5 stores and found a new one. I found Habitat for Humanity, and now I can drive there and make it home and not get lost. How about that? I want to show you what I got and where I put it. You know how I do. And you know, a lot of you say that you really enjoy that I explain why I bought it, because that way it helps you scout when you're out thrifting and you know what's valuable. So that makes me feel fabulous. And I did want to clear up one tiny little bit of leftover business from last week's video where I answered some pretty intimate questions. And you asked me, had I ever been addicted to anything? And my mind was going, alcohol or drugs, that type of thing. And I completely forgot when I said, no, I hadn't been addicted to anything in my whole life. I forgot about cigarettes. I smoked 40 cigarettes a day for 40 years. So yeah, I was addicted. I quit over 10 years ago. There is nothing happier for me when it comes to decor than a red and yellow kitchen. And I think it was because my favorite aunt when I was a little girl had everything in her kitchen yellow and red, and I loved it. I always wanted to duplicate what my aunt did in her kitchen as far as making everybody feel happy and special, and that eating, I was a picky eater as a kid, but in her kitchen, I loved it because everything was so happy. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So I scored this really cool watermelon type, red, green, and white bowl that I thought just would be wonderful just sitting out. There sure are a lot of red things that you can order for your kitchen, but unless they're vintage, it's just not the same, is it? So when I was at Habitat for Humanity and I'm going around the corner and I'm seeing all these really cool things, and I saw this beauty. Isn't she gorgeous? This beautiful red and white pitcher. And you know, I hated to drink my milk as a kid. And what my aunt used to do is she would put the milk in a red pitcher like this, and it would be ice cold, and she'd pour it and I'd drink it. This is a very old-fashioned vinyl tablecloth, and you can also pick this up at Big Lots. I swear to gosh, this is exactly what I saw in 1958. And no, I was not 20. I was only 3 years old, but I remember it. I promise.
Do today, we should make homemade doggy biscuits. Do you want to do that? I think you do.
Have I ever done a thrift video where I haven't talked about blue glasses or blue plates, what I have planned for Christmas? Anyway, so I did get to score one plate. And I was so excited, and this is Royal Stafford. This one is from England, and this has the design of the carriage, the horses, the cottages, people looking oh so happy it's Christmas, and so I love these. This one is in perfect condition. Now I have another one because I need 8. I need 8 dishes, 8 bowls, and I need 8 cobalt blue glasses, and I've got everything, but I don't have the dishes. I don't have 8, but I can kind of cheat until I can get 8. This one, this plate, it's blue, but it's from Scotland, and this design is like, hey, we're at sea and we're on a ship, and I don't know, it's more manly, and I don't want manly. I want my carriage with the ladies with the hats. I don't want Pirates of the Caribbean, but I'll take it, you know, because I've got 7. I need 7 for Christmas. I've got 7 blue plates, but I just want them this pattern. So, and if I go on eBay, these are like $20, $30 per plate. I paid $2.99 for this. So I was so happy. So I was really happy to get that.
Seen so many bride and groom wedding toppers. I finally decided to buy these 2 just in case I'm feeling a little blue and I want to smash something with a hammer.
Isn't this pretty? This is one more plate of my Tuscany rose. Oh my goodness. We love Under the Tuscan Sun, so I know we all love this pattern of china. So I found a plate. I was so happy. I know, one plate. Call the police. I'm just so happy. But I'm thinking for fall, right? It's Halloween night. The kids are coming over and we're going to, you know, deep fry our own donuts and have, you know, apple cider. And I thought that would be so cool. So I thought I would use this pattern for plates, and I would have, you know, like the little plaid pumpkin. Everything would be, you know, fall colors like browns and tans and oranges. You know, I don't know. I mean, the kids won't care, but I care.
I get asked so much about this vase. I thrifted this vase a couple months ago. I've never really talked about it. I've been trying to research what it is, but I've gotten a few emails of people who would like to buy this vase from me, and I don't really want to do that until I know exactly what this vase is.
There's something so beautiful about a wood vase. And, you know, when we're in the thrift store, we always kind of are attracted, or at least I am, to that beautiful glass vase, or the beautiful arts and crafts Weller or Roseville. It's just so gorgeous. But it's really funny when you pick up something like a wood, a reed vase like this one, or just a very heavy, lovely wood vase. They can go for $1,000 on eBay or Etsy. I mean, it's incredible. And you kind of ask yourself, well, why would that be? I wish I knew. Except that they are getting more rare. And everybody just loves this mid-century modern decor where you have a lot of glass and you have a lot of wood. So to have that simple decor and have a beautiful wood vase like this, it just brings it, because mid-century modern is all about bringing the outside in, bringing nature in. And if you feel that way about your home, even if you feel that way about your life, what better way to express a floral arrangement than a wood vase? Can you see this? This was originally about $60 20 years ago, and I grabbed it. What I am doing in my kitchen is I want these dramatic paintings, only I want the dramatic paintings to be of fruits and vegetables. I know, it's just a theme. I love a room that has a theme. I'm not crazy about a house where every room you go into, it's painted a different color. I'm not crazy about that, but I do like themes, and I especially like gallery walls with themes. You take this drama of watercolor or oil, and yet it's of a tomato. I don't know, I find that lovely. What you see in the beginning of the video and little snippets in the video is my friend Ted. And Ted and we met about 11 years ago on a blind date when I was in Grand Rapids, and he lives up here. And he worked for the college, and he's a collector, he's a piano player. Well, anyway, our blind date that we had, that didn't work out too well, but it did start a beautiful friendship between he and I, and we just have so much in common. So I'm hoping to introduce you to him as the months carry on, especially during the holidays. But he's a wonderful person. And look at that. I love it. Ty Cobb and Shoeless Joe Jackson. Yeah. So what do you think? Did he throw the World Series?
No, actually he didn't. He was one of the guys that didn't buy into that.
Find of the week was this beautiful print by Ansel Adams, and it is actually signed. Now, I'm sure you all know that Ansel Adams was a pioneer in photography, and this one, I'll show you a close-up of it. It's so gorgeous. But I got it for, I believe it was $5. There were two of them, but one was terribly damaged. But sometimes I always feel when I go to the thrift store that there's a message that I need to absorb, a message for me or a message for me to tell you. And this one fit right into what we were talking about, following our passion. And if you love something, it's not enough to love it. You got to take care of it. And knowing Ansel's story of, he was an only child and his family was quite successful, and he was inspired by his father and his grandfather, who turned him on to cameras and telescopes and everything about nature. And, being an only child, his mother couldn't support any of that. That was her only son. She wanted him to be successful, to be able to make money, to support a wife and children. She wanted to be proud of her son. When Ansel was 13 years old, his grandfather gave him the most beautiful camera, and she destroyed it. Not out of anger, but out of concern that if this kept on, that Ansel would never find his way into this world. He would just be taking pictures, and his life would be ruined. She couldn't see it. But as much as she couldn't understand his passion, his father did. And his father would load him on the back of his truck, and there Ansel would have his tripod out there, and he'd be photographing all this amazing nature. And to this day, Ansel is known as one of the greatest photographers in the world. He developed the soft focus of black and white photography. Nobody was using black and white photography to shoot the beautiful scenes of nature out west, not like Ansel. And he did marry, and he did have 5 grandchildren, and he taught them all how to shoot a picture. It was a wonderful find for my new home, and it was a wonderful reminder that one person can touch the whole world by just instilling in another that it's okay to be different. It's okay to follow your passion. It's okay to express yourself. In fact, it might be the only way to survive.
Desi, we have the most beautiful bedroom. What do you want to do today? Do you want to go for a walk? What do you want to do? It's so pretty out there.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I just loved it. And if you get a chance down below, could you share if anybody in your life ever encouraged you to follow your passion? Please have yourself a wonderful, safe, happy new week. And when you're done with your week, come back and see me and Desi, okay? All right, it's a deal. We'll be here.
21 degrees and sunny, just the way I always wanted. 더바랄 것도 없어, 지금 이대로면 좋아. 따스한 햇볕이 가득 담은 Sand River, the blue